Hello and welcome back, chats. Welcome back, PJ, Aiden. Uh, it's been great doing this with you guys again. My name is David. I got my brother Jose and PJ, we call him PJ, and then I got my nephew Aiden over there and Dino 305. How you guys
Oh
feeling
yeah, doing
today?
Doing good,
feeling
man. Doing
great.
good.
Feeling
Yeah,
great for
sorry
sure.
for coming on late, guys, but real life stuff, things
Uh,
happened.
Work.
Yeah, yeah, happens. So we're gonna get right into it, right? So there's a couple of things that we're gonna go ahead and talk about, right? As much as we love to talk about sports, the coaches and everything else in between, right? There's actually more
Mhm.
to life than sports, right? So I would like to talk about the little things, you know? And one of the little things I like to talk about is about us and about you guys, watching this video, So just a quick, just it's gonna be a question. Absorb it and then just tell me right away. Do you enjoy what you do, or is it something that you're just doing for now, as far as work?
As far as
That's
work, um, I enjoy what I do. I run a construction company, um, something that takes a lot of responsibility and, you know, um, putting pretty much, I got my hands on people are depending on me, and that's huge. So I enjoy it. Can't complain about the pay, but my dream actually is to own my own business, to own my own maybe construction company or whatever it may be. So that's my dream. But as far as right now, I'm grateful and, and I'm good.
as for me, um, I'm still young. I'm working on my future goals and my career. But right now, I'm definitely taking the right path into doing what I want to do. Um, I mean, I enjoy what I do now. I work with a property management company, and I work in Brickell as well. Eventually want to be a property manager and or a general manager and get into real estate as well. But yeah, I'm definitely still young, so I have a long way to go for sure.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you have your whole life ahead of you, man. So enjoy it.
It's true.
You're at the point in your life now that if you need to, doesn't work out, you can focus on something else, right? So
It's true.
enjoy your position. Definitely slingshot your way into where you want to be is my advice. Me, I
Great
do
advice.
enjoy what I do. Um, I work for my wife's father, my father-in-law, and he owns a facility maintenance company in Florida. So if you guys need anything, let me know. I
Oh.
run director of administration, so I handle dispatching, creating invoices, and following up and updating the AR log. So it's pretty cool. My favorite part about it is I get to work from home, right? So when I used to work for Verizon a long time ago, but one of the things I hated is that when my son was just born, I sometimes will get home and everybody will already be sleeping, like it will be super late. So working from home has been a blessing, and seeing my kids' development, right? So um, I like what I'm doing right now. Is this uh my what I'm settling? No, I you always gotta go for more. So there's a lot more things in the works, right? So you never know. Maybe with this podcast, we'll get some
Yeah, you
Yes,
never
sponsorships,
know.
sir.
you know.
Yes,
So
Yeah,
sir.
that's the goal. That's the goal for sure. Very well
so
said.
yeah, yeah. So speaking about life and speaking about how everybody's doing, chat just so right in the comments. Do you enjoy what you're doing? Like, is it something that you like? And just let us know, and we'll read in on the next podcast. Now, one thing that does affect everybody, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about this too as well, is internet, right? And not just internet, but shorts and what we call doom scrolling. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of this.
We're all guilty for sure.
Um,
Guilty.
so that's one thing that I would really like to talk about because I believe it's one of those elephant in the room that just gets bigger and bigger and nobody ever wants to address it for some reason, right? So, let's say, so have you ever gone on your phone for one thing and came back 30 minutes later for something else?
all the time. I gotta, I don't want to say, I like to sleep at a certain time because I do wake up early. 5 o'clock I'm up, and then, I'm the first one at work and the last one to leave. But, sometimes I catch myself where I just lay down and then I just start, scrolling, and one thing just leads to another. I'm watching a short. Then you know what? Oh man, let me see more of this. Let me see more of this. And next thing you know, the time and it's like, ooh, late.
Yeah.
And I suffer the consequences. I'm not as young. I remember, oof, younger. 4 hours sleep, I was good. Now I at least need 6 hours. But I'm guilty, and definitely it's something that I didn't grow up with phones. Um, During my high school years, I had beeper, and so but and the phone is a good
What's a
thing.
beeper, bro?
Most of the people that view this do not
Yeah.
know what beavers are, bro.
Google it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, no, I'm guilty, and my wife as well. We both. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, you still awake? Yeah, you? Yeah. So yeah, it's there's pros and cons to having a phone, but mostly pros.
Yeah, I would say definitely like affects me a lot more since it falls into the youth a lot more and our generations. But I'm always on TikTok, Instagram Reels. I'm one thing I'm laying down, I choose to be lazy. I lay down on TikTok, Instagram Reels. Next thing you know, it's like an hour, 2 hours later. And I mean that's basically I feel like happens to everybody. I mean, but mostly for me, I'm a little younger, so it happens a lot more for sure. But I'm guilty for sure.
I don't think it has to do with anything you being younger, bro, 'cause look at your dad, right? He's watching reels just as much as you, or it could be more,
Sure.
right? So, reels, man, shorts, that internet stuff. Let me tell you, man, it's the bane of my existence. I like them and I hate it. I always, for some reason, I always got to be pressing. I don't know if you know this, but on Instagram, there's a way where you can say you're not interested, and you fix your algorithm, right?
Hmm.
For some reason, it just keeps coming back. For some reason, your algorithm, like it keeps distorting, right? And what you feed your eyes is what you feed your brain. So it can be very dangerous, especially with how much you absorb, because like PJ saying, he's sleeping. He's trying to go to sleep, but that thing is keeping him awake. That's one thing we got to realize. Like this is feeding you so much dopamine that is worse than crack. It's kind of like drugs. If not, it could be worse because it's right there, endless. And like Aiden, you be on there for a couple hours and you don't even notice. That's like smoking marijuana.
Yeah,
You hit it and then you realize, oh man, it's nighttime already. Gotta eat.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so I believe that scrolling is dangerous and it needs to be regulated, especially within your household and if you got kids. So me having kids, young kids, right? They don't got phones. They're not old enough, right? Three and 7. But if the time comes, I'm definitely not letting them do that. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not
my
doing
dad's
that.
kids are a little older, a little so.
Good luck.
But
Good luck.
yeah.
So yeah, so Chad, let us know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody caught themselves doom scrolling, right? Is what they call it. Let us know. You ever been aware enough to catch yourself? And if you have, like, have you put the phone down? And how long did that last before you picked it up again? So let us know
I
if you got
didn't
any
think
secrets.
Yeah.
I didn't
One
think this
last thing
topic.
is, I
Go
don't.
ahead.
I really dislike phones in the table. When it's time for dinner,
Mm,
and when you look around,
I do that all
uh,
the time.
you know, and other things, concerts or things you see now, people on their phones instead of enjoying the show. So. Yeah.
I didn't think a topic like this could get so serious.
Oh,
No,
it's very serious.
it's an
Yeah, it is
epidemic.
serious though, for
Like,
sure.
maybe that's the dad in me talking, but it's an epidemic, dude. Like you gotta watch what your kids are watching, dude. Cause
Y-
if you think your algorithm is bad, theirs is worse. Cause all this stuff is attacking our kids, whether we like it or not. It's there. So you gotta be careful, man. Now, speaking of kids, right? All of us were kids at one point, even PJ, right? 300 years ago. We were all kids, right? And I also wanted
That's
to know,
hilarious.
'cause I thought this was an interesting question, 'cause when you were younger or when you were a kid, everybody had a dream of something that they wanted to be or to do. And I'm just curious as to what it was. So, Peter, I'm actually curious about you. Like, when you were a kid, what is it that you wanted to do or be?
Curious about this too.
um, you know, I grew up in a different, you know, time, where, our mother, Aiden's grandmother, were working two jobs, and we were with my grandma, and it was, we weren't fortunate how we are now. So the dreams right now was just, just make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see on TV these things, and growing up not fortunate, your mind is not really there. Your mind wasn't. Mine was thinking of, oh, how can I work to help the family? You know,
Yeah.
or growing up, like as long as I did good in school, I guess it was okay. But I really didn't have a goal or a dream. At one point, I wanted to be a firefighter,
I
but that was
vaguely
just to be
remember that.
that was just to be on the calendar, though. That's the only reason I want to be a firefighter,
Just to be on the calendar.
and be on the parades because I would see them, on the famous Calle Ocho.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They would
Oh
always
yeah.
come out, and the ladies would go crazy. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be on a parade, and the ladies go crazy for me, and that's why I wanted to be a firefighter.
Oh, that's cool, man. It's kind of interesting
Um,
that you went through your whole life and that was like a second thought to you. So that's pretty cool.
that is pretty
That's
cool. For me, I would say, I mean, I'm still dreaming. Honestly, I'm still dreaming of big things. But when I was younger, I mean, I would definitely dream of like the normal stuff, being in police. But the the thing that like stood out to me most was like since I was young, I knew that I wanted to be successful and I wanted to be a business owner of some sort. I still don't know yet what business, but it's still definitely a dream of mine to own my own business. Have employees for my business, and I've been slowly working up to it since I was young. I've been uh, even when I was in middle school and elementary, I would sell like fidget spinners and I would sell like random things to try
I
and
remember
make money.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely try to, just money is like something that like I've always wanted to chase, and that was a dream, and it still is. I want to be, like I said, a business owner, and still dreaming for sure. And little by little, I'll achieve my dreams. So, David, what about you?
Oh man, this is easy, man. So, I wanted to be a jet fighter pilot, man. I
Cool.
Okay.
remember I remember watching was it Independence Day and Will Smith flying that, this and that, doing crazy maneuvers. I was like, damn, that thing is crazy. I gotta protect America, dude. I gotta protect the country,
Mhm.
'cause this aliens is around the corner. I
Yeah.
gotta do something, right? So I really, really wanted to be that, and I would look up different planes. I remember my mom, or I think I bought like a scrapbook of airplanes that you can buy from the book fair, and my mom printed them out from her job, and she gave me a whole stack of them with printing, so I could just like build the planes and stuff like that. Eventually, I got to the point where I realized that you need to have 20/20 vision in order to be a pilot for a jet and stuff like that. So
Yeah, the
that that
glasses are.
that that kind of that kind of ruined everything for me. So, But yeah, I did want to be a fighter jet. I've always loved being on airplanes. Every time I go to Peru or anywhere, I just love being on the window seat and just looking at the clouds. It's my favorite thing to do.
I honestly didn't know that.
Mm,
Yeah,
That's
that's
very
cool.
interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what about the chat? Let us know, man. Don't forget about
Yeah,
that inner kid.
That's true.
Some people, you'll be surprised. Go ask your mom. Go ask your parents. Like, hey, what do you want to be when you was a kid? You'd be surprised. Like Aiden. So
Yep,
yeah,
that's
for sure.
cool. I appreciate PJ for sharing that. That's kind of crazy if you think about it.
I didn't know that he wanted to be a firefighter and to be in parades and on a calendar.
Yeah, yeah. No, but before that, like he in his mind he didn't have the luxury of of
That's
of,
true.
of having that. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it
So
is.
one thing I do, we did touch base on our last podcast. We ended it, but I did want to talk about a little bit more about it. Is wrestling. I feel like some people call it a sport, some people don't. I call it a sport. Those people taking those hits right there, those are real. So those people take harder hits than people in basketball. Sometimes football. No, for sure football. So
You think?
yeah, 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 yeah. Because I'm about to get to
I
the
mean,
point.
maybe the Jeff Hardy days or something.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so that's what I meant about the
Yeah,
wrestling. So
yeah,
old school wrestling, man, was something else, man. We talked about
yeah,
what was our
the
favorite
best.
moments, right? And just what is a wrestling match, or what was your favorite wrestler growing up in those days? I know where my brother is, right? Aiden, do you have like a favorite wrestler? Have you seen wrestling?
oh yeah, me and my dad used to be huge WWE fans. I remember we went to a WWE match for The Rock's birthday,
Oh,
and
Yeah,
that
that's
was that's
cool.
a memory. Yeah, it was a memory that stuck with me for sure. But if I had to pick like uh someone who made my childhood, it'd have to be Daniel Bryan, like with the yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's the guy that did
yes.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I just
that stuck
name.
to me for sure. Like I loved it. And then like when he turned like, bad, they were like, no, no, it was like
Yeah.
that stuck with me for sure. And he's definitely like my favorite, right, like of all time for sure. So what
What
about
about
you?
what about
What
you,
about you
PJ?
guys?
I'm from the old school, so I enjoyed wrestling. Of course, I mentioned how Hulk Hogan was a childhood idol, as many of in my age. But you know what? As it became gradually, because eventually Hulk Hogan was gone, but well, he came back, NWO, bad guy, and that hurt my feelings. But at one point, I liked Jake the Snake Roberts.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
I don't know who
yeah,
that is.
but so he was pretty cool. And then the Hart family, Bret the Him and Hart, he was actually one of my favorites. I enjoyed him, but the WWE did him dirty. Shawn Michaels, and then gradually it became, ultimately it became The Rock, and that was not only because he was so funny and entertaining. He was he played for the U,
Yeah, he did.
the
that's
Hurricanes.
true.
Yeah, so he won a championship. So that was a cool thing. And yes, we went to see him when he came back in Miami, and that was awesome. He threw up the U sign. The crowd went nuts. But yeah, it is a tough sport that where people get hurt, but also another sport that we haven't talked about where people actually do get hurt, and it's me. It's actually Aiden's and my wife's favorite. Us three, we love it. Is the UFC.
UFC.
That's
Yeah.
definitely
And
something, a topic we have to touch on for sure.
yeah, this Saturday there's a huge match. So Friday, guys, tune in. We will talk about the UFC coming up on Saturday, the fights and who
And
are
our
my picks.
predictions.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
So
make
stay
some
tuned.
money.
Dude,
Stay tuned.
UFC is the sport that we like.
It's good.
We can't miss. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is one thing though about UFC. They just switched to a Paramount,
Oh yeah,
and
you could
I
buy the whole
have.
season, right?
Well, yeah, if you have it, I mean, it's not you don't have to buy pay-per-view, and I spent a lot of money on pay-per-view because that's how much I loved it, and Aiden over there would piggyback off my pay-per-view.
Yeah, and sometimes that helps. Sometimes that helps. But
but it was all good. So that's what we're here for. Yeah, UFC, making money. The only thing I'm really going to Paramount and chat, please, let me know what you think. I think since Dana White wants to make it entertaining, he said he wants to make it entertainment. I'm afraid now that they move to Paramount, it will become like WWE, meaning I'm hope not,
Oh, like
where
scripted and
it's
stuff.
scripted, and that would be sad. That would be bad for the sport and bad for parlays or no, well, bets, in general. And yeah, so I'm hoping not. But chat, you let me know what you think. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
take.
So UFC. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Wait, but David, you didn't answer what was your favorite wrestler growing up
Oh
or now?
man, let me tell you, my favorite wrestler, there's two, right? So my favorite wrestler was Cactus Jack or Mick Foley, right? With the
Yeah.
Mick
sock.
Foley.
With the sock.
Mhm.
That to me was like the funniest and most devastating thing you could do, bro, 'cause he had like a
I
little
used to think that
sock.
was real. I used to think
Yeah.
like that killed people. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, I loved it.
For
It
sure.
was crazy. It was so random. And
Yeah.
then of course he had the crazy matches, where he fell through the steel cage on the thumbtacks and stuff
Um,
like that. This guy was like, he's like, this guy was like Steve-O before Steve-O, you know?
Oh yeah.
This guy crossed so Steve-O could run, man, 'cause this guy took a beating everywhere he went, and I love that guy. I love that guy. Once
for sure.
he was phasing out a little bit out and about. I like Stone Cold. That was my dude,
Mm.
man. That was like I love Stone Cold and the Stone Cold Stunner. He was a funny dude as well. And that's my boy, man. I love Stone Cold. That was my favorite
Yeah,
move, the Stone
he
Cold
was
Stunner.
entertaining for sure.
Yeah, he was funny.
So talk about sports, right? Because again, I still think wrestling is a sport. Now we do want to talk about since we are still from Miami, right? We still got the Hurricanes playing. They're gonna be playing Monday, right? And I just wanted to ask a quick question about that. Nothing crazy, right? Do you think there's more pressure than ever before for Miami to win at home than there would be like any other team playing in the
That's a
championship?
good question. That's a good question because they are the underdogs. Usually the pressure is on the Heisman. But that is a good question. Being in Miami, playing in front of your home crowd, which, by the way, I don't know how they were playing in the Hard Rock Stadium. It's in Miami, but the Hurricanes are the visitors. We don't even have our own. We don't even have our own locker room
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That is
because it's a
crazy.
championship. Yeah, that's the right. That's a cool fact, right? That was cool. I think the pressure is on Miami because because you're playing in Miami. It's the hottest ticket in town where nobody can get a ticket at this point. It don't matter who you know. Um, it's basically if you have one, good for you. If you're selling one, I'm pretty sure you do very well.
Bro, I saw
Uh,
parking was like $700 before taxes.
yeah, yeah. No, you got to get a parking ride.
That's
So, but the
crazy.
pressure is nuts. But the pressure on these boys, you got Carson Beck, who 7 year. What is it for him next? He will get picked up, not in the first round, I believe, late rounds, but the pressure is on him to win one. Um, you know, you got these young ones like Malachi Tony, who has more time. What Cristobal has done with these players is amazing, and but one most important thing that comes out of this is the recruitment.
Yeah.
Boys just want to come now to Miami. They see what's about. We're winners, so this is definitely a win. But yeah, I want to go to the parade, so I hope we win.
I definitely think that there's a lot more pressure that they're playing in Miami, you know. Also it's gonna be a Miami versus a Miami matchup as well. I mean Mendoza, he comes from Miami originally. I do think that a lot of there's a lot more pressure on Miami, and like my dad was saying, I hope they can come out with a win because those parades are gonna be electric, and Miami's gonna definitely show out if we win. So that's what we're aiming for, and I hope to see the Canes win for sure and beat Indiana. That would be a big like exclamation point, like to top it off, beating the Heisman, beating the best team in the country, and it's like it's just perfect, to win it at home and definitely. But there's definitely going to be a lot of pressure, and coming in as underdogs, there's a lot of work to do. So yeah,
Yeah, speaking of underdogs, they have a 31.7 chance of winning the game. Crazy, lopsided towards Indiana. When you say underdog, you gotta say super underdog, 'cause that's crazy. So, fun fact, Beck has more throwing yards than Mendoza. He has more yards. He doesn't have more touchdowns, and he has more picks. But that's the call. I thought that was cool. He has a little bit more yards than Mendoza, so stats are kind of maybe similar, right? I think Mendoza is way better than Beck, but we have a
I mean,
defense, right?
most of those games, Mendoza was out probably in the fourth quarter,
Yeah, right.
maybe. But yeah,
Yeah, that's also true, right? You gotta put the asterisk.
yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, I think the pressure for the U is I don't think it's gonna be as bad, right? Because of the crowd. The crowd is gonna be there supporting them no matter what. And even if it becomes where they might lose, I don't think the crowd is gonna feel any type of negative way towards the U, right?
No,
Is a team that we weren't even supposed to be there, but yeah, we got there, and we got there by beating Ole Miss. We got there by beating Ohio State. So I asked you guys, if we don't beat Ohio State, is this a failure? You guys said no, and look where we are, win the championship. So pressure's there, but the fans are gonna make them feel right at home. So I think we got that edge. We got the defense, right? Defense versus defense.
yep,
And I just think that Mendoza hasn't faced a defense quite like ours, right? They haven't faced an O-line quite like ours in a long time, right? So
True.
it might be an interesting game, and you never know. It could be that one play of the game that might just turn it around for the whole game. It did it in Ohio, so I definitely do think Miami has, or Miami's gonna have a chance no matter what, and that's gonna be my pick, who's gonna win. So that's for sure, for sure.
yeah. I got a
Uh,
funny story where talking about parades. Share this with you guys real quick that I went to a Florida Marlins parade in downtown
uh,
when they won the
Miami.
championship.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Marlins and
What year?
the first one, '97 was it?
Yeah.
Uh,
I wasn't
okay.
born.
No, you weren't. And so I went and I skipped school to go to the parade. And the next day the teacher asked me, "Where were you?" I said, "I'm sick." She said, "Well, I'm gonna give you an F." You know, and tell me the truth. And I said, "I was sick." She says, "I'm gonna give you another F." I don't know if she could do that, but she did it. She says, "I'm gonna ask you again. I'm gonna keep giving you Fs in conduct until you tell me the truth." I said, "I was sick." I
Yeah,
stood
yeah,
my
yeah,
ground.
yeah, yeah.
And then she says, "No, well, she says, I saw you. It's funny because I saw you on Channel 10. You know, so
That's hilarious.
that was you.
You
I
ca-
thought I'd share that with you guys.
you came
Oh,
out
that's
on the
so funny.
parade.
Damn, you came out of the parade, you got caught, and that she was watching that.
Everyone was.
That's hilarious.
That was funny.
Man, you got some funny stories.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
got a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Peter has a lot. So, I remember when they won the other one, with Josh Beck. That was cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I was in New York at the time. That's when I went to
What?
New York with my mom and my sister. Yeah, we were over there. I wouldn't go to the game, obviously, right? But the game was playing, so everybody was sad.
Yeah.
Angie wanted to go to a bar and celebrate. My mom was like, "Hell no, you ain't going nowhere." So I thought that was funny. So
Cool.
Another good.
speaking about football, Miami, Dolphins. I had to talk about my Dolphins, and I had to talk about the coach. I saw that we just interviewed Stefanski, and I was thinking about it. At first, I was like, no, I don't want that guy. I don't want nobody from the Browns. Nobody. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Nothing. But then I started thinking about it, right? It started marinating my brain because something kept picking at me. Something kept picking at me. So I was like, wait a minute. Didn't like three of the league's best coaches come from the Browns, and the Browns just don't know how to use their people? I was like, maybe. And I was like, man, this might be a blessing in disguise. Because we could have a really good coach in Stefanski because the Browns just don't know how to use their people, how to use their personnel. Everybody who leaves the Browns becomes superstars somewhere else. So maybe Stefanski might win the head coaching job. Who do you guys think is gonna get it, and who do you guys hope is gonna get it?
I really want uh, Shula from the Rams,
Oh, the
uh,
was it the son, the grandson?
the grandson of Don Shula. That's who I want. That'd be a story. You know, he's a Shula. He's a winner. But that's who I want. And I mean, it's a long shot, but you never know. Um, but that's what I want. But what I think it's happening with the Dolphins right now, I'm glad they're taking their time and interviewing and not just jumping on the first one. And you talked about the Browns coaches coming out of, from Cleveland and becoming successful. Dolphins. Dolphins had coaches that are successful now. Dan Campbell, head
Dan Cam,
coach.
yeah, I can't believe we fumbled with that guy so hard.
Brian Flores,
No,
he's interviewing for head coach. The coach for the Tampa Bay Bucks, I believe he came out of Miami as well. So you could say that we don't know how to treat our personnel either.
That's true.
yeah, that's true
I
too.
saw that they interviewed the defensive coordinator for the Packers. I also saw
Oh, I
obviously
don't want that.
Kevin Stefanski.
I saw
Yeah,
that. I don't
I
want that
mean,
guy at all.
yeah, you were talking about it last podcast that the Packers defense has always been trash. But I saw that they interviewed Kevin Stefanski as well, or Stefanski, and I mean he's a two-time NFL Coach of the Year. Maybe it could be the situation where you said that the Browns organization it just doesn't know how to, utilize their people, and maybe Miami could be a change for him. And I think we should take that into consideration that he did win those Coach of the Year twice, and give it a chance. I mean, it's better than Mike McDaniel's. I mean, but yeah, I mean, Kevin Stefanski or Stefanski, uh, if he comes to Miami, hopefully, if it's him for the job, then he comes and turns our season around, and if we have a winning season, again. So, but
We
yeah,
I don't like the way he handled Sanders.
me neither.
He's a lot better player than what everybody literally was making him out not to be, right? Everybody from the Browns, it was like, nah, he's a third string, right? Dylan Gabriel. I don't know who's the starter. Flacco? Was it Flacco?
Those Flacco.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got
yeah,
traded.
yeah. Look at that. Yeah, right. So I don't know what he was thinking, putting Flacco over Dylan Gabriel or over Shador because they both got hurt. First of all, right? You got to protect the quarterback. You didn't, right? Because your schemes suck. And then Shador is playing his butt off. Shador is playing where he's pushing the ball, putting urgency, and the team rallies around him. So that's a great quarterback that the Browns got. He has a lot of potential. Hopefully he takes it seriously, right? Not a Johnny Manziel. So that's one thing I didn't like about Stefanski. But other than that, I mean, you're right, Aiden. He has coaches of the year, and that carries weight, man, because they did take the Browns to the playoffs, and that's something I want. I want the Dolphins to go to the playoffs.
Sure.
Um, we don't know what happens behind the scenes. In many situations, we don't know why a coach puts in someone and he doesn't. Maybe he sees something else. Dylan Gabriel, in college, he's a stud. Shador in college, he he was a show. You know, Colorado. Come on. Um, but I think what he did with Shador. Again, we don't know behind the scenes, but it's so much easier for Shador to come in when you already have nothing to lose. You basically have a losing season and you play looser because you got nothing to lose. A ball that normally you won't throw, you're going to throw it. Hopefully it gets catch, because instead of, hey, trying to be one win from the playoffs, we don't know if Shador can handle that pressure. Will he throw that throw or will he decide to run, So all that comes into play. I hope he gets a shot. I got nothing against him. I don't think he should have dropped that much in the draft. But the NFL definitely sent a message, and will to be continued.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, that was a great take on it, by the way. I didn't really see it from that viewpoint until you said something.
Yeah, that's
But there
true.
is some questionable things that he's done, like as well, like with the 2 point conversion on that, and that Shador Sanders kept it a close game, and then it was a 2 point conversion for the game's game sealing, and he took him out. Those are like little things that like it looks bad on him more than anything. Like if you have nothing to lose, why not just go with Shador Sanders? Play with Shador Sanders. Try to give him that time to or give him that play that he kept that game close. He was playing well that game, and he took him out. And the 2 point conversion it didn't convert, and it just looked bad on his end. But yeah, I do agree with what you were saying with like there's a lot. It's a lot different when you're already having a losing season. So that was a great take on it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe you just gotta play better and practice and show him that you could do it, right? Because you gotta show the coach
True.
first, right? So maybe he did it. Maybe he showed up in a Maybach to practice. He rolled up to the field. You never know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, right. So there you go. So another thing I did want to talk about, right, is our parlays, right? So far, my brother has been on a crazy streak going on. He swept the first round of the NFL playoffs, undefeated in college. PJ, man, let me ask you, bro, how do you do it? What do you do?
His
Um,
eyes sparkled. He woke up instantly. His eyes sparkled.
somebody asked me. He was like, "Do you follow somebody? Do you get picks from somebody?" And no, I I I do follow people. I do follow a couple of people, and I listen to the take. I think at one point we were talking about a chat, and then you were like, "Yeah, listen, this guy picks this people," and I'm like, "Man, they never hit." you know, I said it. I said
Yeah, yeah.
these people that are online, I said they don't hit. They gave out their parlays. For instance, in the first round, it's I don't know. I just got to look at everything and who they are, how they're playing, what how they look. I picked my
Injury
Super Bowl.
reports.
I picked already my Super Bowl team, which I'll share later on. And I showed a couple people. I showed you guys. I already picked it in the first round who will win the Super Bowl. I was able to get it at a good odds, and I already put money on it. And if it hits, that would be crazy. Let me tell you, if that hits, that would be nuts because I picked it before the playoffs started. So, um, it's betting is a lot of people think it's luck. There is some luck into it. You know,
There's a lot
um,
of luck into it.
I mean, yes, you do need luck. Everything you need luck. But even if you're playing in the sport, you need a little luck that you hit a fly ball and hopefully the guy drops it. Look what happened with the Marlins when that player, that fan,
Oh, the
Moises
the
Alou,
fan. Yeah.
Moises Alou went for the catch, and the fan got in the way. So that's a little luck. And after that, we went on a run. We
Yeah, we
won the
won.
world.
We won the World
We won.
Series.
So it takes it's strategy. It's strategy. You know, um, it's just strategy. I share with you guys. I could break down a game like, for instance, UFC. It's a strategy. Um, I've done picks where um, you had a fighter from Brazil fighting in Brazil uh, at the main event. The guy was not losing. His aura. I threw all my money on there, and he lost.
Yeah.
Um, you know, um, so his strategy. Marab fought 5 fights in a year. Come on, that's crazy. He won four, but you know what? And he got killed. But it's strategy where you break down a team and you look at it and you hope for the best. I did sweep the first round. It was uh, it was actually not that hard. Many people are like, "Wow, see, I hit all the teams." The one that was most, I was up and down. I was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" Was the Eagles versus the 49ers, believe it or not. That was my hardest pick. But when it came down to all the others, actually the teams that were supposed to win won. So it really was not that hard. It's just a matter of going for it. Um, Sometimes listening to your gut. You have a feeling, and that helps. So, but the 49ers ended up coming through and made me look like a stud.
Yeah, for
I
real.
wanted to we have two viewers in chat right now.
Oh,
A new
nice.
first time
Welcome.
chatter.
Welcome.
Also, you
Hey
dropped
guys.
a pick in the last podcast. What is like your for sure pick if you had to pick one, Pops? Like if you had to put
Uh,
money on it, like the one that like you feel most confident about.
in any game coming up,
Yeah, in
or the
football,
football,
no football or
football.
what,
Okay,
anything
okay,
you feel.
football. If I was to pick a for sure bet, which nothing is for sure. Um, Let me see. The for sure one I would say is, man, it's tough
Yeah,
because
it is gonna be
nothing is for
tough.
sure. I mean, if I was just to bet on one team, I would probably say the Rams.
Not the Patriots?
Meaning, I would say the Patriots because I think they're going to go very far. But this is a sure bet. Meaning, man, I could drop a lot of money and say the Rams will win. With
Okay.
the Patriots, they're playing a real good defensive team. I believe they will win, but man, these bets and it's stressful.
It's true. It's
Uh,
true.
they're all going to be close games. They're all going to be games, but I believe the Rams is the one where you could breathe a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I think the Rams are not gonna be like Green Bay. They'll definitely score if they need to.
Hey, someone in chat said I'm locking in 1,000 on your pick.
Yeah, do it. I would. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Go
The
for it,
bro,
Rams.
man.
if you were here, you would have known my brother went perfect in the first round of the playoffs and in college. So if he says so, I'm listening.
Yep.
Yeah, college was a little bit the first round was pretty easy. Um, Miami, that one, I went with them because I had a feeling they could win the game.
Against who?
Just keep it close. Keep it close. That could have been, I could have lost that one easily because it could have gone any way. They started the first drive, I believe, with a fumble. And then, I did have Indiana going this far, all the way. I did have Oregon going far, easy. Texas Tech, I put all my money on there. Um, Miami against Ohio State, it was a given. They gave Miami a +9.5. Come on, Miami's defense was going to keep them close.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so that was a pretty easy pick, I think. Miami versus Ole Miss, that was scary. That was
That was scary.
I
Yeah, it's down
was
to the last play.
you know, even though I'm up, in betting, you still don't want to lose. And I was one of those where I'm like, come on, screaming at the TV. But Miami pulled it off. I just thought Miami. I went with, I said Miami's defense was gonna keep on. I thought Miami had to score a lot in the first half. I think I did hit the first half bet.
You did.
I did. Yeah, because I knew Miami was going to come out their defense, but I knew Ole Miss was going to come back in the second half. And yeah, what can I say? Uh, good luck to the guy
Good
dropping a
luck.
stack. I
Yeah,
hope
good
you
luck.
win. Yeah, let us know. Well, we will know. Um, with
Well,
on
no.
Friday, I'll give you my pick on the UM and Indiana game. What I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, you gotta do more
Perfect.
research.
For sure.
I already have the research. I just want to keep the let the be the chat, wondering who do I go with.
Okay.
That's
But
cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
the love that has been pouring in. By the way, with my picks, because I don't charge for my picks. Very important. I don't charge. I don't make anything out of it. I don't expect anything out of it. A simple. I got a guy that I got a couple guys came to me and was like, "Yo, thank you for the pick. Thank you. You came through. I needed that, right? And you had a hell of a run, and the run's not over.
Yeah.
And
True.
but that's what I want to hear. I want to hear you guys telling me that, hey man, thank you for the pick or a great pick. Hey man, you made me some money, dude. I needed it for anything. I want to hear about it in our chat. But if you lose, don't kill me. I lost too.
True, true, true.
Cool, cool. So, speaking about the Miami Hurricanes, speaking about Miami, everybody thinks that Miami is the place to go. That's the travel destination. That's where everybody wants to go. Us, all of us being from Miami, right? Let me ask you this: if you could book a trip and you could go anywhere in the world, don't say Peru. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Before um, growing up, I wanted to go to Thailand because of their clothes. I used to be one that used to buy clothes from Burdines. It doesn't exist anymore.
I've
No,
never heard
Verdine.
of that. I'm gonna
For
be
real?
honest. Yeah. I've never
And I
heard of
used to
that.
wear a brand named Nautica, so it was made in Thailand, and I wanted to go over there so bad just to buy a bunch of clothes.
Go to
But
Chinatown.
crazy. But then now growing up, you hear about the things in Thailand, you're like, no way. Nothing against whoever is down for all that, but not me, not me, not me. But right now, me and my wife like to travel. I'm actually, you guys know I'm going to New York in September. Big cruiser. I like to cruise, but my wife and I would like to go to Greece.
Oh,
Uh,
Greece.
Greece.
yeah, I want to go to Greece. I want to eat. I want to sightsee. I want to enjoy Greece. So I will not be cruising to Greece because you stay in the port. I want to fly over there and maybe do a Europe run. That would be my goal and dream to do a Europe run,
Like a
or just
backpacking.
backpack,
You got a
and
backpack
just
though.
stay. Yeah, I do. I do. I do. But now they got ones that have wheels and they move on their own.
Like the little
Oh
So,
robots
boy.
from Miami.
Greece.
but
Greece is
yeah,
nice.
that's me. That's what I want to do. I want to go see all of Europe. I'm a very historic person. I love the old school things. I want to see the Colosseum. I want to see. I always tell people that I wish I live in those old medieval times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I wish. The Vikings.
Yes.
Um, Game of Thrones, those type of how they live like that in castles and things. I wish I seen it in person.
Yeah, let me tell you, no, you don't.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't. It was not that great over
You
there
know,
at that time.
I bet.
Before I say where I would like to go, someone in chat said that he's trying to go to Japan, Tokyo for the culture.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that would be
that's a good
actually
one for sure.
that would be one of my favorite places I would love to go. But it would either be a tie between Japan or Germany. I
Oh,
really want to go to Germany, dude. It's just something about that place. The history, everything there is over 300 years old. You got a whole bunch of restaurants, a lot of bars that have their own specialized drinks and stuff like that. And I used to go to Miami. I used to go to Lincoln Road Mall, right? And they used to have this German restaurant called House Brew House, something like that in German language. And they used to sell the boots where you could buy a boot of beer.
that's super cool.
And it was the best thing I've ever seen. I was like, bro, I gotta try that, you know? And they poured this red amber beer called Dunkel, I think it's called it, and it was amazing. Like it's literally my favorite thing I would taste. It's like I would go to Germany just for that, which is kind of what I'm trying to do over there, you know? I just want to go where they make that place. But Japan is a good one too, 'cause the history they got there, they love the history over there with the shrines and the anime stuff like that. Like it'll be cool either or, but I think I'm leaning towards Germany more than anything.
I think for me, it would definitely be Japan, and I'm not just saying that because the person in chat is saying it or you're saying it. But I do want to visit a lot of like the centers they have, like the Pokemon Center, and there's a lot
The
of
what?
cool like anime, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
The Pokemans? What's that?
Yeah, Pokemans. No, but yeah, just they have cool, with anime as well, like with the culture, and they have like, I would just love to see like what it is like
You
to
watch
like,
anime?
yeah, some, I mean, I've watched a couple. I've watched, Attack on Titan is my favorite one for sure,
Okay, okay, that's good. Good for
but
you.
definitely just to see like the culture and see, like how like I want to see like just the discipline that people have like with their within themselves and the culture, the food, the different monuments as well. Like there's a lot of nice places to visit over there too. So that's definitely a place that I would like to visit.
Cool.
You know, I watch random videos on YouTube about these little Japanese stores that open up from like 6 a.m. and they close and they sell out their food by 10 a.m. And I'll be like, oh, what is it,
Wow,
you know? And it'll show you the process of creating their ramen from scratch all the way to where they serve it. I seen that. I seen food stalls. Food stalls there are like on a next level like type of thing, right? It's not the hot dog vendor, but it's a hot dog vendor size type of cart that they have. But you have chairs, you have tables, you have a little roof. I'm like, bro, how do you fit all of that in there? You know, these Japanese people
crazy.
with their inventions and stuff like that. So that's really cool. The history over there. I would love to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Now,
that'd be nice.
now one thing though, I do want to give my brother, um, because my brother does not
One,
watch
I do have
any.
to use the restroom 1 second.
Yeah,
Let
go
me
for it,
just
go
use the
for it.
restroom real quick. I'll be back. Just give me
Yeah,
1 second.
yeah.
Hold it. Man, you're young.
You guys can talk. You guys can talk. I'll be back for sure.
No,
Just
no, just
two
go,
two
bro. Don't
seconds.
worry about it, bro. It's
I'll
not
go.
like it's not like we're live, you know.
Kids.
Yeah, right. Pete, are you gonna watch an anime or what?
I don't
You
even know
have
where to
to.
start.
You have to. If you have to, bro. You gotta.
I,
You're gonna like it, dude. You're gonna like it. You just gotta pick the one that's gonna resonate with you. And if you like that medieval stuff, right? There's a whole bunch of animes that kind of play into that, and they try to make it realistic as possible, right? So you gotta you gotta try it out, dude.
so chat. Yeah, I don't watch anime. I do know when Aiden said that Pokemon thing. I do know what a Pokemon is. I never played that game where people are looking for Pokemons. Um, I don't watch anime. Maybe, like you said, one day I'll find the right one.
No, we're gonna do it right now. Hey,
I
Aiden, we're gonna have have your dad watch an anime, bro.
so,
Okay.
but yeah, no,
For
no,
sure.
chat. Nothing against it. I know there's a lot of fans. I see, but I like a good movie. My wife and I we're homebodies. I'm glad we have all these different you know things in TV where you can actually buy a movie that's out right now, and We'll purchase a good movie. I love action movies. Um, I I don't watch scary movies, guys. I don't watch horror movies. Something about it that I just can't. And those suspense movies, I need to know who the killer is.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to find out at the end. Oh my God, is this person? I can't stand that. Just tell me who the killer is and let me see him chop some heads.
Have you seen the was it the Glass Onion movies? Was it the Knives Out movies? With
No,
with with I think it's Daniel Craig. We haven't seen those? Where he tries
no.
to
I
solve
told
the
you.
murder? Oh, dude,
No,
you
I
gotta watch
can't.
it.
I
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
say I
scary.
watched.
It's not scary though.
No. Send me an action movie and then I'm good. So
We
comedy I like too. So
Oh, you know what you should watch?
we do.
I got it for you.
we'll talk
Wait,
Gotham.
about
before
it.
you say that, hold on, cause we have a question that says, "What's your favorite series? What's your guys' favorite movie series or shows?"
Movie
So if
series or
maybe you can
shows?
answer with that.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, anime. I could go all day on anime, but movies or
Like if you had
series?
to pick one, like movie, like for any series, say favorite series is what they're asking, or movie series.
I like Futurama. Is my go-to.
Wow,
Futurama is
that's
like,
a good show for
yeah,
sure.
Futurama is one of my shows that I just play in the background. You know, people like The Office. I hate The Office. But I did watch Futurama, man, and my favorite episode is this one called 300 Big Boys. Is where the government invaded another planet and they got so much money that they gave money back to the people and they ended up getting everybody getting a $300 refund and they
Uh
just spent it on like random stuff throughout the day, you know? So that has to be like
huh.
my go-to is Futurama. What about you?
And for me, well, in the comments he said, "Can't believe you hate The Office," or he said, "No way you hate The Office."
Trash.
But for me, honestly, I think this is a
No,
well-constructed show. You know, the story, the plot, the action in it. But Prison Break is up there for sure.
Oh, is this a good?
On
That was a
like,
good one.
eh, that's a great show. You know, with the main antagonist being so smart, and there's just the whole plot and how like they keep it going. Like, it just doesn't once they break out from the prison. Well, I'm not trying to spoil it, but it keeps adding on to the
Everybody
story.
knows, bro. The whole thing is
Yeah,
about breaking out of prison. Guess what happens
that's true.
after? They
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do
it
it
is true.
again.
That is it's called Prison Break, but yeah, yeah, it's like I like how they added on to the story. I think it's a well written show for sure. What about you, pops?
speaking, I'll tell you which is my favorite, but before I'll give you a story with Prison Break. Prison Break, I actually started watching it with my kids when they were young.
Oh, nice.
Uh, Aiden, yeah, we started watching Prison Break, and we were watch it and watch it and watch it. As you guys know, the finale came out like 7, 10 years later, uh, and we watched it together as well. But I'll tell you my series, man. I'll tell you when it was out was Vikings
Oh, that's a
and
great one.
Game of Thrones. Those two are top of my list as one of the best series I've ever seen. But right now, which is my favorite, is Halo
No
with
way,
Master
for
Halo.
Chief.
real?
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
Halo.
oh man,
Damn.
I love that. I told
That's
you,
a video
action.
game.
That is a
Yeah,
video game.
but it's a series with Master Chief.
Yeah. I know.
Oh
Trust me, I know
man,
the guy. I know.
Is it-
oh that's I saw season one. Happy that season two is out now, and I've watched every. I'm talking about everything you can think of. I even repeat it. One of my favorite series right now in shows.
Did you know they ended up making more speaking of Halo, they make it up more Starship Trooper movies. I don't know if you knew that.
oh, I don't know that either.
So
In
I think
chat, he said his favorite show is Breaking Bad.
oh, that's good.
Oh,
I
I heard about it.
I couldn't finish it. It's just
Too
something of
many, too
so,
many.
it's just no, it's just something about those like super serious. They try to make it super serious type of things, you know? And as soon as the main guy was like, "No, I want more power," I was like, "Bro,
I mean, it is like a very fan favorite though, for like a show. Like a lot of the,
it's great,
it's a
dude.
fan
The
favorite show.
scenes
It's
are
like I heard it's
crazy.
really good.
The scenes are crazy."
Hmm.
But if I'm gonna watch something like that, I'd rather watch Sicario because that's a great movie. If I'm gonna watch
Okay.
something like that, Sicario 1 and 2, so that's the best
That's your
Yeah,
movie.
favorite?
I love
great movie.
the movie. Sicario is an amazing movie, bro. Watch it. That's real deal Holyfield right there.
Benicio del
Oh,
Toro, yeah.
Yeah, 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 that's some pretty badass scenes. But PJ, let's get you an anime, bro. What what what
Yeah,
what
yeah,
what do you,
yeah.
what do you want, man? You like action? You like adventure?
Uh,
Fantasy?
I'll let the I, I'll let the chat choose, and we'll do it. We'll
Okay.
talk about it. Yeah, let them choose. You guys tell
No,
me,
I'm
and
not
then
gonna.
we'll see.
If he chooses something like I don't know, man, maybe. Cause I got some good. You should watch. You know what? You should watch Goblin Slayer.
We'll talk about it.
The first
We'll talk
episode.
about it.
You gotta
We'll
watch
talk
that
about it
one.
off the air. We'll talk about it off the air.
Mind you, David was telling me that he loves watching these like these
Off the
bad like
wall.
off the wall
Bad.
like animes. He's trying to recommend like a one that you're gonna find so dumb.
Yeah, yeah, it's retarded. I got to the point where I'm watching animes. It's like C-rated animes. You know, you got A movies, B movies. This is like a C anime where it's like, oh, I got reincarnated as a slime. You know, that's a crazy movie, the crazy show.
So random.
Bro, it has
I'll pass.
it has four
Okay,
seasons. That's how successful it's been.
I'll pass.
No, it's good though. It's really
that's
good though. It's really good.
I believe
So,
you.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, hey, if the chat wants to choose an anime, cause you gotta get with the program, PJ. I think you'll like it. Oh, you should watch Attack on
maybe
Titan, bro. Just watch that.
that's what I was gonna
We'll
recommend.
see.
But
We'll see again.
he
We'll
said he
see.
wants to chat to.
Bro, watch
Yeah,
it.
he said.
Just no, don't see it. Just watch it. It's on Hulu, bro. One episode. Like you're gonna doom scroll for 30 minutes, or you just watch an
Let's
anime.
let's move on.
Well, no, we say that to say this. Again, everybody, thanks for tuning in, right? Cause
Yes, sir.
we had a little bit of a later show. So thank you, the user on it. What's his name, Aiden?
His name is V Tripsy, and then we also had another first time chatter called Send Nothing.
Zen
So
Nothing
There
B
you go.
Tripsy.
All
I
right.
appreciate
All right.
you tuning in. Thank you for we're here Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We try to be 10 o'clock. Be here for an hour. Maybe on Friday, I was gonna say maybe on Friday we could stay a little bit longer because it's the weekend.
remember, I'm
Um,
going out of town,
well, that's this
so I'm
Friday,
not
but
gonna
I'm
be on my
saying I'm
setup.
saying Friday moving
Oh
on.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we could definitely do that. And yeah. Thanks everybody. My mom says hi. She loved the video. She loved everybody.
My grandma.
So yeah. Anything you guys anything you guys want to say?
No, I want to thank everybody that joined. Thank you for their questions. As we're down to earth guys that just enjoying life. We started this podcast as something new to adventure out. And for me, I said it that I'm already being rewarded being next to my brother or being my son. It's like a dream come true. For me, I'm a family guy first, and chat. You guys, the subscribers, please subscribe at on YouTube. And Dino's on the mic, and drop a
YouTube
comment
and
as
Twitch.
and then
On Instagram
and
too.
then, yeah, on
On
Instagram
Instagram,
too.
We got the
Yeah, we
links.
have
The
it.
links are right there.
in
Right.
Twitch,
So
and on YouTube.
yeah, yeah. Join, chat, ask us questions. What do you want to know about us? We're simple guys, is enjoying ourselves here with you guys, and hopefully we make someone's night, day and money.
True.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
money.
We like that part too.
I mean, I just want to say thank you, of course, for the support. Um, V Tripsy and Chess said, "Yeah, made my night, guys."
Yes, sir.
A big supporter. But yeah, we of course I feel I'm grateful and blessed to be able to, do this with my dad and my uncle. It's fun for me. This isn't something like I dread to do, like get home, dread to do. This is something that's definitely fun for me. And just want to bring entertainment to you guys and please subscribe to the YouTube and Dino's on the mic, our Twitch as well. And yeah, that's basically it. David, do you have something to send it off with?
Yeah, yeah. So we always leave it off with the question, right? A little bit of a question. Think about maybe. So, if nothing changed for a year, would you be okay with where you're heading?
If nothing changed for a year, would you be okay with where you're heading?
Where you're heading, yeah.
You want us to answer, or that's for the chat?
It's up to you. If you guys feel
We're
like you
gonna
can,
have
if you guys could,
to.
come up with something, do it. If not,
If
this is the
nothing,
question. We're gonna start off with the next one then.
No, no. Let's go ahead. Can you repeat the question and then
Yeah,
let
yeah,
me?
yeah. If nothing changed for a year, would you be okay with where you're headed?
Nothing changed for a year. We'll be okay where you're headed. I'm a little bit older, little bit. So change for me is a little bit kind of difficult. I don't adapt well with change. Again, where I'm at, for instance, work. I enjoy what I do. I plan on staying there forever unless I get my own business. That's where I would want the change to be. But if I'm there after a year, I'm okay. I'm happy. It pays the bills. I enjoy it. It's and but if something doesn't change, I mean, it depends. If it's bad, according to what do you think is bad, um, maybe try to do something different. The word insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Yeah.
Uh, so, but if it's something that's working for you and it fulfills your heart and it's you're good with it and you're happy and you're not hurting anybody else, I think you're good, man. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, question is, if nothing changes in a year, are you okay with where you're heading, right? That's the
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for me in this current time, like I said, you asked earlier what we do and where we want to be. I did say that I want to be a successful business owner. I feel like you're gonna need to make a lot of changes to make that happen. So, if there's no change in a year, I feel like that's a long time in a slacking, that I could have spent doing something or like to take the steps to get to where I want to be, I feel like I'm headed in the wrong direction if I'm not changing something in a year. It could be a little change, a small change, but something, And if you're not making any changes going upwards, then that's something that I don't want to head into going into the next year. It's just gonna become a habit. So that's my answer on it. But David,
If nothing changed for a year, would I be okay with where I'm headed? A little bit of yes, a little bit of no. I'll say no because I you just want to do better I just want to do better for my kids, you know. I just want to give them more and just give them more, right? I just want to make sure that they're okay in every aspect of life, and I feel like I can, and I feel like there is more. There's more to see, you know. I want to make sure that they're able to travel. I want to make sure they're able to see different things, have different experiences, learn that it's okay to have an opinion, you know. But at the same time, I like where I'm at, you know. I spend time with my kids a lot. Have a routine. We read every night before we go to bed. So those are the type of changes that I'm okay with, right? But as kids grow up, it's gonna change whether I like it or not. So I think I'm gonna be forced to change whether I like it or not. So I think I'm excited for it.
cool.
that's a great answer. He said great question in the chat.
I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
And he
Josh.
can drop the answer to his question in the chat as well, or in the YouTube chat, wherever you want to drop
YouTube,
it.
Yeah,
we'll go
drop
ahead
it
and
on YouTube.
reply.
Yeah, go
And
go
we
to.
we reply to every comment, guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
The episode comes up the next day, like around 9, 10, 10 in the morning, and just hit the bell, and you'll see it.
Well said.
Yeah, yeah. So, thank you again, everybody. Thank you, PJ. Thank you, Aiden.
Yeah,
Love
my
doing
dad's
this
ready
with
to
you
go to
guys.
sleep.
Yeah, yeah. And oh, I gotta shout out. I gotta shout out everybody. No, just kidding. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Peace.
All right. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
See ya.